Thank you, Keir Starmer. You say you're going to end the talk big and do nothing type of rhetoric around small boats. So let me ask you this. Boat crossings hit 30,000 people in 2023. If you win an election, what's your target number for crossings by the end of 2026 once your scheme is up and running? And last week, you told me you wouldn't continue the Rwanda scheme, but you did not commit to stopping flights on day one of a Labour government. So will you commit to that right now? Thank you.
Well, Beth, on the numbers, we've got to get those numbers down materially. I think, let's be absolutely clear, nobody should be making that perilous journey. It's not in anybody's interest, and nobody who's serious about politics should suggest otherwise. It is not progressive or compassionate to allow people to cross in that way and to lose control of our borders. So we need to bring those numbers down drastically. The question is how we do it. It is a trade that's being run by gangs. And I absolutely refuse to accept that it's not possible to take those gangs down. Now, I spent 5 years working with others on operations to take down terrorist gangs and to take down gangs that were running guns and drugs. I do not believe for 1 second that these gangs are more sophisticated than the gangs that we took down, the terrorist gangs. So I refuse to accept that this is impossible, which is why we want to set up this command. I refuse to accept this work can't be done. I refuse to accept that these boats, which are basically being made to order, can't be intercepted. They're being held on the continent and brought to the north coast of France. So I'm absolutely convinced that this can be done to get those numbers down. We will scrap the Rwanda scheme. I said that to you when we last met last week, the time before last. That means ending the scheme absolutely, flights and all. It is not going to work. It is an absolute waste of money. It is a gimmick, not a solution. And the point of the last point of my speech is to say I'm not prepared to have a government, as we've got now, that is run on gimmicks, because that is not producing the change that people so desperately need in this country. Thank you so much, Beth.